Hej. Dzisiaj z odrobinę krótszą rozbiegówką. Nie ma czasu, bo obiecałem zmieścić się w 3 częściach. To jest część 3, a jeżeli pamięć mnie nie myli, a może mnie mylić, to jeszcze zostało trochę gry i trochę się boję, czy faktycznie wystarczy nam dnia, żeby się zamknąć w trzeciej części. Nawet save podpowiada, że jest 58% gry dopiero za nami. To mnie odrobinę martwi, no ale spróbujemy. Konia z rzędem temu, kto pamięta, co się wydarzyło w poprzedniej części. Ja tylko pamiętam, że jest pasmo trupów i porwań wszędzie tam, gdzie się pojawiamy. To jest Syria. Tak. Z Paryża polecieliśmy do Syrii szukać dalej templariuszy. Jimo, ty ja nie głosowałeś już wcześniej? Czy zmieniłeś zdanie?
Speak you the English? Speak you the Anglese? Parlez-vous anglais?
Yes, see, and indeed we, and rather better than you by the sound of it. My name is Nijo. Welcome to my grand emporium of quality merchandise.
Klasyczny amerykański żart. Ignorancki amerykański turysta pojawia się za granicą i zaczyna dopytywać o znajomości języków. Okazuje się, że lokal zna te języki lepiej i zna ich więcej niż Amerykanin.
How much are those books there on the shelf?
Have you any Syrian pounds?
I think I might have a couple of Irish punts.
Then they're too expensive for you, sir.
You speak very good English.
Thank you, sir. I learned from tapes that my uncle procured.
Oh, a language course.
No, sir. Jeeves and Wooster. Gussie, Fink, Noto, Aunt Agatha. What ho?
Does the word Templar mean anything to you?
Templar. Ah, Templar. Templar! Why, yes, of course.
It does?
Yes. A splendid series of books by Mr. Leslie Chatteris, featuring the roguish Mr. Simon Templar.
Great.
Okay.
That's a real
Simon
help,
Templar,
Joe.
czyli święty.
Anything else?
The Saint television program,
Właśnie.
featuring Mr. Roger Moore of the quizzical eyebrow and a stick man with a halo. Bing!
So all Templar means to you is Roger Moore.
I only watched it for the stick man with the halo. Bing! He was better animated.
So I'm correct in saying that the word Templar doesn't mean much to you.
Well, there was the Order of Knights who were wiped out in an inquisition in 1312, I suppose.
That's them. What else do you know?
Just how much information do you think there is on a Trivial Pursuit card?
A what?
From the medieval edition. We had it on the stand a couple of years ago. Ask me what a feuter is. Go on, I know all this stuff.
Never mind.
Dobra.
Okay, forget about the Templars for a minute. What do you know about knights?
Like the Crusaders, they came to the East on an insane and pointless mission. They sacrificed thousands of lives.
Nie wiem, czy się od niego
including
czegoś
their own,
dowiemy.
for
Jeszcze spróbujemy mu tylko podać rękę.
How anyone can
Tradycyjnie,
find a
wszystkich
romantic
musimy sprawdzić.
confounds me.
Here, shake hands, Nijo.
I'd rather not, sir.
Okej.
So long, Nijo.
Toodle peep, sir.
Toodle Pip. Okej. Dość oryginalne pożegnanie.
Hi, I was wondering whether you could help me.
Why, sure, son. Always got time for a fellow American. The name's Henderson. Dwayne Henderson.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Henderson.
Hell, boy, I'm not in the office. Call me Dwayne.
Oh, okay. Dwayne? My name's George
Zależy mi na
Stillwell.
tym, Jimothy, żeby podać wszystkim ręce przez
I
wzgląd
saw a medieval picture of a woman.
na ten
Royalty
zaper,
or
który on
nobility, something
nosi
like
przez
that.
cały czas
She
i
was
jak
looking
na
in a
złość nikt
mirror,
nie chce mu
but
podać
the reflection
ręki, podejrzewam.
was of a man
To też jest żart,
with
że nikt mu nie chce
faces.
podać tej ręki,
What do
żebyś
you
nie
think
mógł
of
go
that?
sprawdzić.
I think you should be in therapy.
No wiesz, bo byłeś na poprzednich
Significance around here?
streamach.
Weird question, George. Nope, I don't think they have.
Do you mind if I ask you an odd question?
Okay, but I might not answer it.
Do you know anything about the Templars?
The Knights Templar?
Yep.
Nope. Nothing at all.
Well, you knew they were an order of knights.
What I know and what I say are two different things, boy. I haven't lasted as long as I have in this business without knowing that.
In this business?
Sure, the greetings card business.
Oh, please. Does the image of a knight holding a crystal ball mean anything to you?
Okaże się
Hell no.
później, że on
But
wcale
the
nie
knight
pracuje
run with a hunk of glass.
w branży kartek z życzeniami, tylko jest agentem FBI, który śledzi
It's
George'a.
not a crystal ball. It all came together in my head. What the conspirators had mentioned losing. The strange perspective of the manuscript. It's a lens. Have you talked to Nijo?
Nijo? He's the youngster on that junk stand, right? Yeah, we've met him. He's a smart kid. Speaks 4 languages, and he's never had a day's formal education. He should go far. Kept trying to peddle garbage on us, though.
You're not gonna find much worthwhile around here.
I know that, and you know that. But try telling Pearl. She reckons there's antiquities in them there stands.
You're a long way from home, Dwayne.
Could say the same about you, George.
Me? Well, I'm just sightseeing, that's all.
Without a camera, kinda lags to come all this way and not take pictures. Mind if I take a picture of you?
Proszę zwrócić uwagę
Why?
na skarpety w sandałach. To nie tylko polska
Ow.
domena.
You could have warned me.
You don't mind, do you, George? The folks back home will be real interested.
What exactly do you do, Dwayne?
Didn't I say? Oh, I run a greeting card company. Yep, we're based in Cleveland, Ohio. Pearl writes the poems for 'em. You ought to ask her to recite some.
Where is your wife, Dwayne?
Pearl? Oh, she's around, looking for bargains.
How
Tutaj
long
jest
have you been married,
perła.
Dwayne?
Hell, must be 30 years now.
Shake hands, Dwayne.
Why?
I'm just being friendly.
Let's just be friendly by keeping our hands to ourselves. Yeah?
Okay, well, I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on it.
Nie wiem,
George.
czy rozmowa z nią coś jeszcze wniesie, ale na wszelki wypadek pogadamy.
Hello. I was wondering whether you could help me.
Why, hi there, handsome. What can I do for you?
Hi, my name's George. I was just...
Well, it certainly is delightful to meet you, George.
I was...
My name's Mrs. Henderson, but you can call me Pearl, I'm sure.
Okay, Pearl. I was...
So nice to meet a friendly American face so far from home.
Pearl?
Yes, dear?
I was just wondering if you could help me.
Why, sure, precious.
Have you ever heard of a group of knights called the Templars?
Sounds familiar. I remember. Dwayne had a book. The Holy Something and the Holy Something Else, I can't quite recall. I
Okay.
read a little of it.
And?
Seemed like a lot of hooey to me.
Do you know anything about medieval weaving?
I do a little needlework, but gosh.
It's okay. It was a long shot. Have you talked to the boy on the bric-a-brac stand?
Oh, you've met him? His name's Nijo, you know. Oh, he's just so cute, I could die. I'd love to bundle him up and take him back to Ohio.
He might not thank you.
I'm looking for something ancient, you know. Something to impress
Okej,
the
Perła
folks
chyba
back
nic
home.
ciekawego więcej
Poor
nie
boy
wie.
was trying to do his
Chyba
best,
tylko
but
męża
we
można ją
still
spytać.
haven't found anything.
I've been talking to your husband, Dwayne.
Oh,
Yeah, he tells me that he runs a greeting card company and you write the poems that go in them.
oh yes, indeed. I consider myself the artiste of the family. Tell me, George, would you like to hear one of my poems?
Yes,
No dobra.
go on then.
Okay then, darling, here we go. Our sympathy upon this time, when your heart doth break.
I like the doth.
Classy, isn't it? We know the grief that must entail when your schnauzer gets bitten by a snake.
Cześć, Jacob.
It still touches me. What do you think, George?
It's very specific, isn't it?
You think so? We sell a lot of those, dear.
I liked her too much to zap her with the buzzer.
Hmm.
So, tell me a little about yourself, Pearl.
Me? Oh, a gentleman's interest is always so flattering. Well, my husband and I run a greetings card company in a cute little
To już
place
wiemy,
called
oboje mi to powiedzieli.
Akron in Ohio.
Akron? Cute? Little? You said that your company is based in Akron.
And Dwayne said it's in Cleveland, no doubt.
Well, yes, he did.
Dwayne was in the Marines in Vietnam, you know. Anyway, he got a medical discharge. Thing is, he gets confused. We moved away from Cleveland 5 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
He also gets a little paranoid. Thinks he's a spy or something.
I'm so sorry, Pearl.
Coś
Don't
kręcą,
worry yourself,
mówiłem.
George. We live with it.
No dobra.
I've got to go now, Pearl.
Oj,
It's
było
been
na
a
tyle.
pleasure, George. Don't be a stranger.
Powinien być sprzedawca dywanu gdzieś. To nie ten. Nie wiem czemu ten jest ubrany w Union Jacka. Ale okej. Jest. Sprzedawca dywanów.
Muruba! Hello, sir!
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Ah! Give to me! Give to me! Alamut!
Haha. Dobra jest.
Many beneficent greetings, my most fortunate possible friend.
Huh?
On jest trochę, trochę sketchy, tak, taki,
And again I say,
taki
no.
bardzo
But, my
stereotypowe
Do you not see
te
our
postacie.
mutual good fortune in this meeting?
How frank do you want me to be?
You are a traveler, yes?
Boy, you must be the world's greatest detective.
No. I am told that is Sherlock Holmes of the big forehead and slipper full of shag. I, as contrast, am world's greatest luxury taxi driver.
I can see where this is going.
I am Ultar, taxi driver and luxury guide per excellent. Yes.
This I had to hear.
Where does your heart desire to go? Simply mention the name to your obedient servant and we shall
Timothy, no chyba, że Piotr głosował
Oh,
na Beneath the Steel
I
Sky.
don't really want to leave
Come on.
Marine yet, but I'm sure that if I do, you'll be the first to know.
Is good. You know where you want to go, you come to Ultar.
Thanks. See you around, Oltar.
Be having a pleasant day, full of shining experiences and happiness, my friend.
Hello again, Oltar.
Praise be to Allah.
Ultar jest
I am
taksówkarzem.
blessed with your bountiful presence.
On nas
once
może gdzieś
more.
zawieźć, chyba trzeba mu pokazać po prostu gdzie. Tak, tu na tej
Have
fotografii
you
może
seen this
widać.
man before?
Oh, most certainly. Was here only yesterday.
Here? Yesterday? My God, he's close.
Yes, he was asking a lot of questions, just like you.
What did he ask about?
He asked about American called Stoby.
Stobart?
Yes, Stobart. You know him.
The killer knew my name. What else did he ask about?
He asked about German man called Klobner.
I tried to remember the name of the man the conspiracy had lost in Syria. Was his name Klausner?
Sure, that is what Ultar said. Klausner. I told this man in the picture.
Nie jest najlepszy w
Klausner
zapamiętywaniu
wants to
imion.
go up to Bull's Head.
Hold on. He wanted to go where?
Bull's
Właśnie,
Head.
do Bull's Head,
Big
tam się
hill,
musimy udać.
10 mile out of town. Maybe 60.
When was that?
Oh, maybe a week ago.
What can you tell me about this Bull's Head Hill?
It's most magnificent. Lovely views. Worth visiting. Yes, by indeedity.
How do I get there? No. Let me guess.
You need fine luxury guide to take you there in air-conditioned taxi.
Woe is me. Where can can I find
Robles,
such a
możesz
guy?
głosować na
And Ultar
The Dagger
is
of
most
Amon-Ra
luxurious
albo na
guy,
The Nib, The
but
Steel Sky.
most literally some way, in any direction.
Gee willikers, lucky old me.
Are you
Jem cukierki
desirous
toffee.
of my present and luxurious
Nie wiem,
service?
czy je jedliście. Bardzo mi smakują.
I regret the formality. A trip to the Bull's Head.
Ponoć do kupienia w
50
Lidlu.
Yankee dollars, please.
$50.
Są zwykłe mleczne, ale wyobraźcie sobie, że są jeszcze też z owocami. Jest na przykład z jagodami. Pomyślałbyś, że tofi z jagodami,
Is there nothing I could barter with you?
a tu proszę.
W
Lidlu polskim.
Trading for these things is not possible. My heart weeps for the injustice, but it's box or zip, or unfortunate American.
Well, I still don't have any cash on me, American or otherwise.
Oh, unfortunate, most extreme. The delights of the Bull's Head.
No właśnie, Krab, mi też się wydawało, że są podejrzane, ale...
Shake my hand, Ultar.
Ha ha. Remind me of thing that happened month ago. Maybe 6. Man come up to Ultar, say, shake hands, Ultar. But man have electric buzz thing in his hand. Ha ha.
Ultar
How
nas
we
przejrzał.
laughed. Then I broke his arms.
I didn't think electrocuting the big Syrian was a good idea.
Dobra, trzeba zdobyć kasę, żeby Ultar nas tam zawiózł.
Follow you, mister.
Do Bull's Head. 50 dolców.
Damn, the door's locked. I'm sorry? Did you say something?
He say you not to go in toilet. Read sign, matey.
Matey?
It lose something in translation.
By staring hard at the notice and squinting, I discovered I couldn't understand a word of it.
Ostatnim razem Jimothy też nie chciało głosowanie wskoczyć, ale możliwe po prostu, że już głosowałeś. Tak. Jak głosowałeś, to nic się nie zmieni, ale tydzień temu też był problem. Musiałem bota restartować kilka razy.
I'm sorry, but I don't understand.
No surprise there, all righty. He says sorry, but he not speak English.
But he didn't say anything.
He not have tongue.
No tongue? What happened?
It was bet.
And he lost.
He won. You should see other chappie. Oh, yes.
No czekaj, zresetuję bota. Okej, działa. Spróbuj zagłosować jeszcze raz. Okej, dobra, dla niego trzeba odzyskać szczotkę. Chyba przeskoczyło, co? Aha, czyli ten wybrany winiąt rzeka wygrał tą szczotkę.
Hello, you buy kebab.
Cześć, Quest.
Most good.
You buy kebab, most good.
I'd value your opinion on this, sir.
La, you buy kebab. None?
Well, goodbye. Have a nice day.
A nie może...
Most good.
Most good.
In the still air, the smell hung around like bad smells do.
Okej, domyślam się, że on nam po prostu nie odda szczotki. Ale dzieciak zdaje się wiedzieć wszystko, co się dzieje na targu. Więc może nam pomoże.
Hi, Nijo.
Hello again, sir. And how may I help you this time?
Who's the guy selling the kebabs?
Oh, that's Arto. A miserable blighter to be sure, sir.
He doesn't seem very happy.
He never is. Day in, day out, a face like a wet Wednesday. Whatever one of those is.
Does he speak any English?
Not cogently, no.
So long.
Toodle peep.
No ja miałem nadzieję, że coś o szczotce nam powie, może po prostu George jeszcze nie zauważył tam.
The stand had kebabs dangling from the canopy. As a marketing device, it lacked something. In the still air, Hello again, sir.
Hello.
Kebab? Yes.
Yes.
Ale nie mogę go zapytać o tą szczotkę.
Well, goodbye. Have a nice day.
Most good.
In the still air, the smell hung around like bad smells do.
Cześć, kups. A, zapomniałbym, mam kod dzisiaj dla was.
Hi, Nijo.
Hello again, sir. And how may I
Od
help
razu
you
mówię, że
this
nie,
time?
nie żadna nowość, ale gra fajna.
I met an interesting
Mam
guy
kod
earlier,
na,
a cab driver.
na filary ziemi.
That would have to be Ultar, a barbaric sort of chap.
Oh, he's not that bad.
You know
Na
how
Steama.
he speaks in pidgin English? That's how he speaks in Arabic too.
What do you know about that?
Od Hagala, który
They're
podesłał
American.
Is that all?
jakiś czas temu
The
kod.
chap's a little odd.
Ja
As
mam
for
na,
the lady,
na konsoli i tam już
funny,
ogrywam, więc nie ma powodu, żeby
but I
drugi
get
raz go
the impression she's a
wklepywać.
lot cleverer than she's
A
letting
może się
on.
jakiś chętny znajdzie tutaj.
So long, Nijo.
Toodle
No.
pip, sir.
Dobra, może po prostu ten gość w barze mi nie powiedział ze szczegółami, kto ma tą szczotkę, no bo nie bardzo wiem, jak mam ją wyciągnąć od tego gościa.
In the still air. In the still air.
Nie, może kiedy on rusza tą szczotką, trzeba się przyjrzeć.
Close up, I could see flies love kebabs. Hello again, sir.
Hello. Kebab.
Ba.
Yes.
No jak ja mam go o tą szczotkę spytać? Nawet nie pamiętam, co do te rzeczy były.
What do you make of this?
You buy kebab.
Okej, dobra. Z nim się nie dogadamy, tylko
Well,
Most.
jak tą szczotkę zauważyć?
Hello, sir. Lovely carpet.
does this mean anything to you?
Yes, yes, carpet, yes?
To miłego wyrównywania quest. O ogród trzeba dbać. Może on wie, kto mu tą
There wasn't
szczotkę
much
ukradł.
point in trying to launch an in-depth when I couldn't speak Arabic and he couldn't speak.
Okej.
Hello again, Ultar.
Praise be to Allah. I am blessed with your bountiful presence once more.
No widzę, że głosowanie trwa.
What do you know about the kebab seller?
A most miserable man. Ultar say, cheer up, matey mate, it might never happen. And he say, shut up, Ultar.
Fancy that.
Not at all. Arto has face like the drizzle that falls on the midweek afternoon, whatever that is.
Could you tell me what that sign means?
It's a door stay shut until brush come back. Signed, the management.
Oh, well, what does that mean?
Manager buy lovely new toilet brush, leaves it by wash basin for 10 minutes, come back, it been stolen. Not even out of wrapper. He damn cross. Lock up toilet and say, nobody use fine pristine toilet until brush given back. We
Piękny
say,
angielski.
what we do till then, eh? He say, cross legs and use superior willpower.
And that's what you've been doing?
No, Ultar use bucket.
Use your supreme
See you around,
willpower.
Ultar.
May good fortune follow you, mister.
Dobra, teraz chyba już wiemy, że to chodzi o tą szczotkę.
Suddenly, I realized the horrific truth. The guy was basting the kebabs with a toilet brush.
Nie dość, że to są kebaby sprzedawane
Well, goodbye.
na wątpliwej jakości straganie, z mięsa, którego pochodzenia nie znamy, to jeszcze nie wiem, do marynowania, do smarowania marynatą albo wycierania tłuszczu używa szczotki od kibla. Okej.
Hi, Nijo.
Hello again, sir. And how may I help you this time?
Look, this is going to sound a bit strange, but I need Arto's brush.
What? The brush
Kebaby
you
jak
basted
kiełbaski
the
z Nyski, tak.
kebabs with?
Yes.
Let me find some dirty postcards for you instead.
Nijo, this is serious. Arto stole that brush he's using from a friend, and I want to get it back.
Perhaps I could help you, old chap. Maybe? Perhaps?
Maybe what? Perhaps what?
I do not wish to seem mercenary, sir, but I am a merchant.
Nie no, iguana on a stick to była iguana, ale był jeszcze shish kebab. Takie kawałki mięsa na patyku, to pewno to.
If you're going to be disagreeable,
No, you're right. What would you like?
what have you got?
What do you think of this, eh?
Oh, sir, what a splendid plaything.
No kiedy
When
na
I
ikonie
am
był
rich,
jaszczur
I
nabity.
am going to build a world-renowned collection of brightly colored balls.
Are you serious?
In deadly earnest, people will come from far and wide to see my
Yes.
collection. The Rockefellers and the Gettys can keep their hordes of so-called fine art. But answer me this. What good is a Picasso, I ask you, if you cannot bounce it off a wall?
You may have a point.
Sir, for such a marvelous thing, I would gladly help you.
I thought merchants were supposed to be wily and never reveal what they really want.
Bah! I say to mercantile greed.
W Falloutie to 90% populacji była bezdomna.
I desire that red bouncy thing beyond reason. Do you understand?
Not really. If I give you the...
I've already told you. I'll help you if you give me the ball. What's it to be?
All right, here you go.
Thank you, sir. People say bad things about Americans, but you're okay in my book.
What people? What bad things?
Never mind that now. Remember the brush?
Right, yes, the brush.
All you have to do with Arto is be polite. It lightens his day, makes it all worthwhile for him again.
How can I be polite to the guy when I can't speak a word of Syrian?
Arabic.
That's what I meant.
Simply memorize
Kuba, żeby było
this
śmieszniej, to jest amerykański turysta. Ten
Il akal kal.
w skarpetach i w
Now,
sandałkach.
go over to Arto and deliver those honeyed words even unto his delicate ear. He won't be able to do enough for you.
Really?
Really.
So long, Nijo.
Toodle pip, sir.
Toodle pip, sir. Ja myślę, że z tego co pamiętam, ten mały nas robi w konia i to co nam kazał powiedzieć temu sprzedawcy kebabów, to go będzie obrażało, ale koniec końców wyjdziemy na tym dobrze.
Hello again, sir.
Hello.
Kebab? Yes.
Yes.
Il akul kalb?
Filthy. Bad. I'll kill you.
Whoa, calm down. Feet, do your thing. Hello again, sir.
Filthy. Bad.
Okay, I'm going.
Tutaj z nim już nie pogadamy, ale nie ma szczotki. Myślę, że ten młody ukradł szczotkę. Cześć, trufla. Miałeś być na rowerze.
What the heck did you tell me to tell him?
Patience, sir.
Patience? I've been chased by a homicidal kebab seller, and you expect me to be patient?
But consider, sir, while you were running from the irate Arto wasn't using the brush.
Hold on. Are you telling me that I've been used as a diversionary tactic?
Your brush, sir.
No, mamy szczotę, możemy iść kibel
I
otworzyć.
can't believe that you put me on that kebab seller's death list for a toilet brush.
The ends justified the means, sir.
Yeah, but I noticed it wasn't your butt that was on the line, though.
They also serve who only stand and wait, sir.
Oh, spare me. So long, Nijo.
Toodle peep, sir.
Toodle peep, sir. Tak będę teraz się żegnał z wszystkimi. Toodle peep. To wygląda jak z kreskówki Disneya i to z tej ery mniej poprawnej politycznie.
There wasn't much point when I couldn't speak.
Dobra, jak tu się wchodziło do inwentory?
Here's your brush, sir. It wasn't easy getting it back.
Nie wiem, czy on nie ma wąsa na sznurkach,
The
o co
manager
tu
took the
chodzi.
brush from me, gave me the toilet keys as my reward, and stomped off. What was all that about?
Manager, he say, bah, look at state of this. Need much cleaning and detergent before go around my, you bend.
He said all that?
Body language account for much, you know? Oh, yes, indeedy.
Okej.
I knew the door was locked. Oops.
Ten ręcznik, pamiętam, będzie potrzebny chyba do naprawienia auta. Ale chyba bym go chciał cały wyciągnąć. To chyba wszystko stąd. Okay. Piękny jesteś, George. Musimy spadać. Mamy ręcznik i spłuczkę, ok. A, on się teraz tą piłką bawi. Okej, no to był sposób na zdobycie tej figurki. Okej, dobra.
Grease paint had worked magic. Now it looked like aged marble instead of cheap plaster.
Okej, wciśniemy to temu turyście z Stanów. On nam da to $50, żeby pojechać taksówką do
Hi there,
Bullstead.
Dwayne.
Hi there, George. How can I help you, young fella?
Trochę to jest shady. Jego żona powiedziała nam 15 minut temu,
What's
że on
old?
ma problemy z głową. Zapomina i teraz my go będziemy oszukiwać na kasę. Trochę.
I wouldn't know.
What do they say back home?
Chęt już dużo, najmniej półtorej godziny, może dwie.
It's the find of a lifetime. I mean,
$50. Take it or leave it.
I'll take it. Here you go.
And here you go.
Thanks for the money, Dwayne. This'll come in real handy.
I ought to be thanking you for finding this Roman statuette.
Have you ever heard of a hill called the Bull's Head?
Can't say as I have. Where's that?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out.
Bull's Head, huh? I must remember that. Sounds scenic.
Okay, well, I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on
Jobless?
it, George.
Czy wtopił? Nie wiem, ale fajnie, że próbują czegoś innego. I wydaje mi się, że gdybym miał na jakiejś platformie grać, to chyba właśnie na Switchu. Kto miał szramen na brodzie? A, ten amerykański turysta, tak? Proszę, to jest kasa.
Hello again, Ultar.
Praise be to Allah. I am blessed with your bountiful presence once more.
About Bull's Head Hill.
Are you desirous of seeing this most splendid place?
Well, maybe.
A terrific bargain. Only 50 of your Yankee bucks.
50, huh? Okay,
Okay.
it's a deal. Here's the cash.
Ah, most splendid. As you say, the cash price mullah is correct. Mister,
The cash
we make
price
with
mullah
haste.
is
Where
correct.
exactly is your taxi? Because the only vehicle I can see around here is an aging army surplus truck.
Yes?
Ah, okay. I'll be along in a minute. It didn't seem right to take off with the toilet keys, so I left them on the bar.
No tak. Na pustyni się nam nie przydadzą te klucze do toalety.
Hello again, Ultar.
His most splendid and adventurous client.
Most splendid
That's your
adventurous
taxi?
client.
Oh, yes, most assuredly. Most entirely splendid taxi in all Marib.
It looks like an old army truck to me.
Bah! You Americans with your checkerboard caps and your Judd Hershes. You have lost sight of what a taxi should truly be.
About 4 tons by the look of it.
There, you have hit the nail
Tak,
in the
prawda.
nutshell.
Okay,
Też to
already, let's
zauważyłem.
go.
Regrettably not, most esteemed fair. There is a minor problem of a tiny nature. The fan belt has taken it upon itself to break.
So, what are you gonna do?
What can I do? I must wait for a ride to the garage for a replacement.
How long is that gonna take?
1 day, maybe 6.
I can't wait that long. We gotta get moving.
But how, my friend?
I'll think of something. Is this any use to you?
My friend, the very thing, yes.
Widzę, że
Ultar took the towel from me,
głosowanie
cut it in 2
stoi w
lengthways,
miejscu.
and gave me half back. With his half, he did the kind of fan belt replacement
Wszystko
that's
wskazuje na
normally
to,
done
że
with
będziemy
stock.
grali w Beneath the Steel
Now,
Sky.
if I knot the ends together, so serviceable, yes? Very serviceable indeed.
Stockings might work on a Bentley, but on a truck, the coarse toweling did the job nicely.
Come along, my friend. You want to see the bull's head? Yes.
No jedźmy tam. Właśnie miałem mówić, że jakiś filmik by się przydał na tą okazję. Proszę się nie kłócić. Agitacja na głosowanie na inne tytuły jest dozwolona. To tak obserwuję George'a. O, z tego drzewka trzeba było łamać gałąź. Tak, nawet widać. Jak w filmach animowanych Hanny Barbery albo w He-Manie starym. Widać, co jest narysowane, co jest obiektem, który można ruszyć. Okej.
With a flourish, I tied the end of the towel to the stick with a textbook reef knot.
Dzięki. Okej, to trzeba było do czegoś przywiązać. To się nie da nigdzie przejść, nic więcej nie ma. O, tutaj coś jeszcze jest.
I damaged that tree enough for one day.
Czy tutaj nic innego nie ma?
I damaged that tree enough for one. A young tree grew at the edge of the drop. I could see that crack would make a good anchor point.
No okej, no to tutaj możemy zaczepić.
I could see that crack would make a good anchor point. I could see that crack would make a good anchor.
No to już mi powiedziałeś, George, tylko teraz zahacz.
Well, that looked really safe. But I had no choice. I hadn't anticipated going mountaineering when I'd come to Syria.
Dobra, tu jest wejście, na pewno.
I didn't like the idea of putting my hand in there. But hey, what the heck? I was only risking mutilation. No blade took my hand off at the wrist, and no scorpion stung me, for which I was very grateful. But there was something in there. A metal ring, as wide as my hand.
Ciągnij.
I took a firm hold of the ring. I tried not to think of death traps, and pulled. Whoa there!
O, Indiana.
Around the corner, I found the corpse. Oh my God. Klausner? Large as life and twice as dead. I'd hardly had time to accept the fact when I heard the door mechanism start up again. Oh man, no! The door had slammed shut.
Oh
trapping me.
man, no.
I had a bad feeling about how Klausner had died.
Klausner zginął tak jak ty teraz, właśnie.
Whatever had been in the bottle had been drunk. Klausner must have died of thirst and dehydration.
No tak, tak
I've done more fun things in
wygląda.
my life than searching a corpse. But as my life expectancy wasn't great, I figured I should try every new challenge that came my way. I cautiously flicked open the jacket. Hey, what's this? I'd found some kind of lens. A very old lens made from a very hard glass. That settled it. The knight on the manuscript had been holding a lens the whole time, not a crystal ball.
Haha.
There was nothing else in the pouch. I searched the corpse. No portable phone, no demolition charges, no 5-course meal. You'd think international conspirators would go around better equipped.
Cześć wyeksponowany.
I'd searched Klausner once. There was nothing on his body.
Cześć Heszelele. Dobra, z tej butelki.
Bullwhips might be handy for exploring ancient ruins, but they're no use when you're trapped in a cave. Klausner clearly fancied himself as a latter-day Indiana Jones.
No okej, dobra.
I couldn't take the inscription with me. All I could do was stare at it and try to memorize it. In occidenta cita est, in ora mundi. Okay, that would have to do. I couldn't think of anything to do with the statue, apart from scaring small children with it.
Okej.
A stone head bearing 3 bearded faces. It was a strange image, but a powerful one, redolent with antiquity and ancient mysteries. The mouth's opening. It must be Ultar. My God, if he comes in, we'll both be trapped. Ultar! Don't come in! It's a trap! Stay where you are!
To ten Amerykanin pewno. A,
Hello, Mr. Stobart. We meet in the most unusual places. Please, do not make any sudden moves. I have no desire to maim you.
Did you say maim?
I did. Dead men tell no tales, as you say. And I want to hear everything that you have to tell me.
And what if I don't want to talk?
Then I shall, most regrettably, have to kill you. Rest assured, however, that I am an excellent shot you would not suffer.
Oh, that's good. Believe me, I'm really assured.
It is rather dark in here. I think we should conduct our business outside.
Why should I make myself an easier target?
If I fire at you, Mr. Stobart, I shall hit you even in here. But, unfortunately, my marksmanship will suffer. It could be the difference between hitting you in the leg or the groin.
Boy, it sure is hot in here.
No sudden moves, Mr. Stobart.
Mr. Stobart.
Now then, where shall we start?
How about being bosom buddies and you putting that gun away?
Klausner, do you know where he is?
Yep, he's dead. Just around the corner of the cave. You want to look?
I'll take your word for it. How did he die?
Starvation or dehydration by the look of it.
He was caught in this trap you were shouting about? Yes, I suspected as much. The Templars were not ones to give away their secrets lightly. Was he carrying anything of importance?
Yeah, he was carrying some sort of lens. I've got it with me.
Give it to me.
I don't think so.
Don't be a fool, Mr. Stobart.
If I give it to you, what's to stop you killing me?
What is to stop me killing you anyway?
Możesz trafić z soczewki, no
Not
właśnie.
if I shoot you in the head.
When I fall, the lens might get broken.
Yes. You plead convincingly, Mr. Stobart. Perhaps you will live to see another day. Perhaps.
No bez
Was
przesady.
there anything else?
Well, there is something, I guess, but you can't move it.
Yes? What is it?
It's a treasure map. You know, X marks the spot.
Come now. Do you expect me to believe that?
Yeah, okay. You caught me. But round the corner, there is something in Latin up on the wall.
Latin? Do you remember it, Mr. Stobart?
In accidenta cita est, in ora mundi.
Ah, the words of Caesar. Yes, that makes sense.
Well, I know that roughly it means to the west, to the edge of the world. But what the heck is that about?
It tells me where the sword of Baphomet lies. Mr. Stobart, I am sure that you are just what you appear to be. A gifted amateur.
Thanks, I think.
But I
Całkiem
can
na
no
zachód
longer
do
tolerate
Hiszpanii,
your
dalej się nie da.
interference. There is far more at stake than you realize.
So what are you gonna do?
I regret that we must end this here and now. Your only choice now is whether you die like a man or like a dog.
Hey, look now. Don't kill me. I've got money. Maybe we can cut a deal.
You disappoint me.
Okay, you're the boss. I'll take my medicine.
I should like to shake your hand.
A! No nie, trzeba było broń chwycić. Normalnie Indiana Jones.
Luckily, the canopy on Ultar's truck broke my fall.
Thank goodness for that.
The worst part of the experience was Ultar's driving.
What about the lens? Is it still in one piece?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again, Josh.
Really? Well, I have to say, I'd have enjoyed Syria a lot more if you'd been there.
I wouldn't have been much help. Anyway, you did just fine on your own.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse.
There's a guy working on a loop.
To już wiemy, że to są...
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
No, to już robiliśmy.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. A knight with a crystal ball.
A to już wiemy,
The
że to
knight's
jest
scroll bears a
soczewka,
phrase
a
in
nie...
Latin. Through my
a nie kula.
teachings, you will be enlightened. Hey, Nico, shake hands.
No chance.
Dobra.
I'd better get back to the quest.
Czy już możemy się udać do Hiszpanii? Nie, nie możemy. No to jeszcze tego cwaniaka w Paryżu w muzeum. Fajnie, że są te francuskie nazwy, ale ja francuskiego nie znam. I mogę nie wiedzieć, który budynek jest czym.
Hi, André.
Tak, jest papież z laserowym
Hello,
jabłkiem.
Georgie.
W końcu templariusze i asasyni.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
Oui, of course. Where have you been? Nicole said you were away.
I just returned from Syria.
Syria? On the trail of the Templars?
It's a long story.
Nie mówię,
but I
nie mówię
found the
po
bull's head.
po
It
bagiet
was
i
referred
fromage.
to on the
Nie?
manuscript, remember?
Yes. What is it?
A secret cave built into a high cliff face. In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In accidenta cita est in ora mundi.
The island of Britain.
Lies at the edge of the world, to the west.
Strange. That map seems to contain a series of pointers.
Like I said, it's a treasure map. What did you make of the manuscript?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic book.
What story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras.
Who's he?
A Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a
Georgie.
member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
No dobra, ale,
I'd like to shake you by the hand.
Not now.
ale wiemy,
Thanks for your help,
że
Andre.
możemy do
You're
Hiszpanii
welcome.
lecieć. To chyba wystarczy. Tak. Few hours later. Kurczę, Hiszpania prawie jak dżungla amazońska wygląda. Przez wodę
Hi.
przeszedł.
Is this the De Vasconcelos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the De Vasconcelos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcelos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
Yeah, that's it. The Countess has won the lottery, and I'm here to give her the check.
Marvelous. May I see it?
No. No, I have to deliver it to her in person.
The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
Oh, for crying out loud, why'd you lead me on then?
To amuse myself. To make you look a fool. To make you go away.
Okej. Ktoś chyba namiętnie znowu kosi trawę. Dajcie mi chwilę, zamknę okno. Zaryzykowałem i zostawiłem otwarte, w końcu ładna pogoda, wysoka temperatura. Myślałem, że już na dzisiaj jest koniec, ale nie. Jak co godzinę ktoś nie zacznie kosić trawy.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why? I'll be going for now.
Adios, señor.
Dobra, jemu trzeba węża zepsuć. Tu ogólnie jest taka zasada w tej grze, że wszystkim cieciom trzeba napsuć krwi. Dobra, w tym miejscu. Ładnie się te plany się ładnie przesuwają. Niestety na tych pierwszych tutaj widać, że krawędzie są takie dość szeroko ciosane. W niższych rozdzielczościach, na gorszych monitorach tego tak nie było widać. Już tak nie rzucało w oczy. Ciśnieniomierz, jasne. Ciśnieniomierzem możemy zacisnąć węża. Ojej, co się stało się?
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Well, I'm
Yeah.
shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my horse has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
Arka Gdynia wygrywa ze Śląskiem Wrocław. Dobre wiadomości przychodzą. Dobra, do domu.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
Okej, teraz przemkniemy do góry. Tak. Tu będzie hrabina.
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you'd just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing,
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
Okej. Co ty wiesz o
I know your
Templariuszach?
family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago. And as for the Vasconcelos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me see.
Poza nią?
Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Ups.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me.
Mauzoleum.
Lopez, unlock the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh.
Come with me.
Hey, senor.
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
Okej. Sprawdzimy mauzoleum.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Biblia.
On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey!
Cześć,
It's a
Carrington.
checkerboard!
W przyszłym tygodniu 14, w niedzielę.
Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern.
Dobra. Czyli tu jest szachownica, kolejna.
May I ask you something?
You may ask.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senior Stobart. You cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it?
No tak, ale brakuje nam
I
jednego
think this must
pionka.
be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
A no,
All
wygrała.
those years of fatalism were
Sophie.
falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes, the old chess set! Now hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't
Okej,
get too
ale co z
excited.
tym
This could be a
brakującym?
blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos. Is he the guy who went missing?
See, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. Their bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again.
Są szachy.
Lopez, you have the pieces.
See, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady,
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
very well, my lady.
No dobra, będzie zagadka, coś czuję.
My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Okej, no to... Czerwony, czarny, zielony, niebieski. Czyli to. No. No ale jak ja to mam? Jak to się przesuwa? Między. Okej. Po prostu dłużej trzyma, okej. Czerwony, zielony, niebieski, czarny. Czerwony, zielony, niebieski, czarny. Niebieski, czerwony, zielony, czarny. Niebieski, czerwony, zielony, czarny. Żółty, niebieski, czerwony, zielony. Żółty, niebieski, czerwony, zielony. No, chwyć to. Niebieski, żółty, czerwony, zielony. Niebieski, żółty, czerwony, zielony. Tak.
Jak zwykle spóźniony, dzień dobry.
Milczyciel wpłacił dychę. Jak zwykle spóźniony, dzień dobry. Dzień dobry, milczycielu. Spóźniony, ale obecny. Zielony, żółty, niebieski, czerwony. Zielony, żółty, niebieski, czerwony. Czerwony, żółty, niebieski, zielony. Zielony, żółty, czerwony, niebieski. Ten. No to ten musi być tutaj.
With the red pieces in place, the square bases fit onto the white pieces. I just had to figure out where to place them.
No skąd ja mam wiedzieć? Teraz gdzie mam te ustawić? No to a tutaj nie mam żadnych wskazówek, to już jak zgadywanka wygląda. Chyba że jak ktoś umie grać w szachy, to mu coś to ułożenie mówi.
Bingo! I mean, checkmate.
100% losowo. Święty Graal.
Senior Stobart, look!
What is that? It's not...
No to nie miałeś quest w
It's not
ogrodzie
the
kopać?
Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senior Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the De Vasconcelos, missing for almost 700 years.
Wow!
No tak se będziesz siedział, to nie będzie przekopane.
I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senior Stobart.
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
Zmęczył się odpoczywając, no.
So the curse of the De Vasconcelos is lifted?
Mokra ziemia, chuj nie robota. Jak będzie sucha, to już będzie po robocie. Jak będzie sucha, to wszystko będzie suche.
Well, you can forget about that now.
Ziemia musi
and
być
get back
mokra.
to finding the Templars' secret.
Actually, I
No
promise
ale
to
rozumiem,
find
tak to sobie
those
tłumaczysz.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure. The manuscript pointed us to the night.
Co ty, jak wysiejesz, to w miesiąc rośnie taka trawka, że
But when the night and the chalice are reunited,
tylko trzeba gęsto wysiać i dobry nawóz dać.
is there something going on between you and Labano?
What business is it of yours? We agreed all this. The clown, the Templars, strictly business, remember?
No nie,
Yeah,
jak
but-
ziemi nie ma, no
So
to
get
nie.
off my case.
This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger? She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my grandmother.
Dobra, do kościoła musimy lecieć.
I'd better get back to the quest.
Do katedry, tam gdzie był ten żonglujący wariat. Czy mi się zdaje, że to się zaświeciło? No ja właśnie nie wiem, quest, bo tak mam wrażenie, że oni w późniejszych częściach są parą, a póki co tej chemii tak nie ma między nimi. Jestem ciekaw, w której części i na którym etapie oni są razem. Nie, najpierw jeszcze z tym gościem trzeba pogadać.
you're back.
Oui, I have returned.
Well, I wasn't expecting to see you back here again.
No? Well, it is a strange thing, but I am here on duty.
On duty? But you're just sitting there drinking wine.
No, I am not just drinking wine. I am undercover.
I must be missing something.
Undercover.
You're in uniform.
Precisely, monsieur. My cover is that of an indolent, wine-guzzling police officer.
You've got me convinced.
Merci. But in reality, my every muscle is poised, every nerve honed. I am drawn tight, ready to pounce. Bang!
Who or what were you planning to pizzang on?
You must have heard, monsieur, of the terror that is gripping Paris.
You mean the killings? Oh, at last, someone's taken action.
People die every day. No, I am on the trail of Sewer Jacques. Sewer Jacques,
Sewer Jacques.
the terror of the subterranean city. He pops up here, he pops up there. The cops, they seek him everywhere.
Coś mi mówi, że to my jesteśmy
It is to
Sewer
hold
Jacques.
beneath the neck that then deluces Sewer Jacques.
Bravo, that's very good.
Merci. I was up half the night writing that.
Who is this Sewer Jacques character anyway?
Ah, if we but knew that, we could have him in custody in an hour. But he is cunning to despoil the sewers of our fair city. He has committed many deceptions. He has pretended to be a police officer and deluded a poor war veteran.
Uh-oh.
He has pretended to be a jongleur
Wow, is that the time?
and an American tourist. What nationality are you, monsieur?
Canadian. Well, gotta go now. See ya. Well, it's not everyone who can say they started an urban myth.
Sewer Jacques. Podoba mi się. Czyli ksiądz chce popatrzeć na mój kielich.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
You must be proud to have such an incredible collection of stained glass.
Pride is a sin, monsieur, but it is hard not to marvel when the light shines through them. It is a fine example of the artisan's genius.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know, it is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
No
That
dobra,
would be very
poleruj.
good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Nie, to jest szeregowy
Okej,
ksiądz,
thanks.
ale tutaj z tyłu wygląda na to, że jest papież z laserowym jabłkiem. Może to jest mecha papież. Jak się wsadzi mu kielich, to się ruszy. Dobra, starczy
Priest
tego
was still
polerowania.
busy with the chalice. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the
Cześć,
disc
Jay.
was a hairline crack.
Mhm.
The lens fitted into the end of the scroll like a hand into a glove. Per disciplinum meum lux videbus. Hey!
Okej. Tak.
It was a monk
Haha.
burning at the stake. And below him a date in Roman numerals. A Knight Templar burning at the stake. And a date. Let me see. MCCC XIV. That's
Steszyk
1314.
śledzi kanał. Dzięki, Steszyk. Dobra, dawaj mój kielich. Starczy tego polerowania.
Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
Do you speak Latin?
You ask this of a priest?
Okay. Can you tell me what per disciplinum meum lux videbus means?
Let me see. That would be, by my teachings, you will see the light. I think.
Nawet nie po godzinach
That's what I
parówka, w
thought
godzinach
too.
pracy.
Did you know that the center window conceals an image of a man burning at the stake?
The burning man?
What, you knew?
That there was a hidden image? No. But the church has a reputation for being haunted. Many times people have claimed to have seen a burning man in the window. But when others they look, there is nothing. Perhaps the light has to be just so for the figure to appear.
Yeah, or maybe you need a special lens. I thought about using the shake and shock on him, but I couldn't do that to a priest. Catch you later.
Au revoir,
Dobra,
monsieur.
mówił, że gdzieś w rogu tutaj jest.
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it, but the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something.
As a letter carved in the side of the night's lamp, you must look at the holy numbers of the No dobra, tu jest.
Psalms 22:21. Not much to go on, but it must have meant something. If I examined the tomb more closely, there might be other clues to find.
Tutaj są psalmy.
Psalms 32:7. The numbers refer to a chapter and a verse in the Bible.
List do Koryntian.
Corinthians 14:5.
Anus. Rex Mundi to nie są karpy. Nie. Anuit. John. Okej. Świętego Jana.
There were no more references to the
Okej.
Bible, but a series of Roman numerals ran around the plaque. I made a note in case they meant something. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one
Okay.
more. Psalms.
Czyli jednak nie czy ten psalm świętego Anusa.
But I've got a
Nie.
memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the de Vasconcellos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own.
Dobra. Autobots rollout. Jak wątpliwości, to do gościa w muzeum. No nie, to jest to samo wejście. Jak się stąd wydostać? Ten tu poluje na sułerżaka. Gdzie jest muzeum? Tu.
Hi, Andre. Hello, Georgie.
Georgie?
While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institute
Cześć, Korbotron.
Naval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me
Czemu
any more about
wokalista
the
Iry?
statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now. A
Czy mam
bearded
go
head.
wygooglować?
The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
Jestem dużo przystojniejszy i dużo młodszy. Czuję się urażony.
No.
Dobra, czy on mi wszystko powiedział już?
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
No nie, to gdzie ja mam teraz iść? A, to jest chyba nowe. Tak. Tutaj mi jeszcze nie było.
Hi? Excuse me?
Oui,
Oui.
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
The guard was being amazingly evasive. It was going to take more than goodwill to get past him.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Hi, Nico?
Georges, what have you discovered?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Is something wrong?
No.
Georges, why are you calling me?
Oh, no reason. I just wanted to hear your voice.
You did? Well, this is my voice saying, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Oh.
Bardzo romantycznie.
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door's locked, monsieur.
I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there. Hi again.
What is it?
I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks.
Bardzo pomocny strażnik, który nie chce nic powiedzieć, ale ma dokładnie wyznaczony zakres swoich obowiązków i tego się trzyma, ale jest bardzo pomocny przy okazji.
Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause.
Czekaj, czy my jeszcze mamy gips? Tak, mamy gips. Okej, mamy mydło. No to chyba sobie zrobimy kopię.
Perhaps I could make a copy of the key. The key had made a clear imprint in the soap. The bar of soap had the imprint of a key in it. I knew keeping that plaster was a good idea.
Znowu, podobnie jak ostatnim razem, gipsowy klucz nie otworzyłby absolutnie niczego, ale okej.
You can't make a cast without wetting the plaster. But wet plaster alone does not make a cast. I used the dryer to speed up the process. Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one.
Przynajmniej nie próbuję wcisnąć, że otworzysz gipsem.
Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well.
Da się węglem
I
ubrudzić?
didn't want any coal.
Okej, nie. Czyli węglem nie.
The thing felt really hot. Big demand seemed to be being made on it.
No dobra, to oddamy klucze.
Hi again.
What is it?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir.
Okej, ten tu ma farbę.
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions. You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoke so stylishly.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean when you finish your break.
When I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Okej.
Hey, monsieur, get away from my paint pot.
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Poh.
Po. Tutaj właśnie, tak jak w Indianie Jonesie na przykład, można było... Fakt, że jest telefon, to od razu wiadomo, że Niko będzie potrzebna w rozwiązaniu zagadki, ale w Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis było tyle fajnie, że Sofia chodziła z tobą i można było jej na bieżąco wydawać, znaczy prosić, żeby coś zrobiła. Jednak w tandemie ta dynamika była odrobinę fajniejsza.
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him. Hi, it's me again.
I o wiele naturalniej byłoby, gdyby Niko tutaj była i po prostu z nim zagadała.
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
Użyła kobiecych wdzięków, niż fakt, że ja do niej dzwonię i potem idę do tego gościa powiedzieć mu, że ktoś do niego dzwoni i on będzie z nią rozmawiał przez telefon. No, jest o wiele mniej prawdopodobne niż to, gdyby ona tu była ze mną. Cześć Hagal. O właśnie, jest Hagal, to mi przypomina, że jest klucz do rozdania. Pamiętasz Hagal ten klucz na filary ziemi, który byłeś tak miły i sprezentowałeś. Postanowiłem, że dobrą okazją będzie sprezentowanie go tutaj na streamie. Innym fanom przygodówek. Co, pogadali sobie?
Well, monsieur, what a strange woman. She was all over me and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
Why? Abuse. Ah well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial.
Dobra, danie mu tego klucza nie wystarczy. Trzeba jeszcze zadbać, żeby on rękawiczki założył. Ale jakoś trzeba tutaj ogrzewanie wyłączyć.
Au revoir, monsieur.
The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there. I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. A thermostat was mounted over a radiator. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall. Hi again.
What is it?
It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
To kto chce klucz? Wkleję na czata, co? Bo chyba będzie najwygodniej. Przypominam, że klucz jest na PC-ta, na Steama, na filary ziemi. Według Kena Folletta. To gotowi? Idzie. Cyk.
The door was locked.
Jak ktoś go wykorzysta, to proszę, żeby się zameldował.
The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made on it.
Czy tutaj się wyłącza ogrzewanie, czy na tym termostacie? No, Silton, a o czym ja mówię od 3 minut? Dobra, założył rękawiczki, teraz powinien nie wyczuć klucza.
Hi again.
What is it?
No way. That is not a good idea.
Talk to you later.
Może go trzeba wysuszyć jeszcze.
The door was locked. I wasn't about to wash. Maybe not. The plaster key had soaked up the paint nicely, and now looked pretty convincing. Still felt like plaster, though.
To może trzeba po prostu zamienić.
Now,
Okej,
substituted
dobra.
the fake key for the excavation key.
Dobra, zamienione klucze. Klucze dla pana.
What is it?
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Talk to you later.
Au
No,
revoir,
mamy
monsieur.
klucze, ale wciąż pilnuję tych drzwi, więc co? Jeszcze raz telefon do Niko.
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guess.
Hej Niko.
What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, George.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
Strażnik nie podejrzewa niczego. Czemu George wyszedł?
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Tak, Niko brzmi trochę jakby była zblazowana.
Hey, you. It's the phone.
Yeah, who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
But don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Pah, don't pah me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
Skorzystajmy. Okay, to ta sama statuetka, którą w Hiszpanii. To w Hiszpanii było? Nie, to było w Syrii. W Syrii w tym grobowcu widzieliśmy.
There was no doubt about it. It was the same sort of idol I'd seen in Syria, Baphomet. The Templars had certainly been through here.
Gdzie mój kielich?
Na wyprawę
Now
do Australii
there's a
w cyberpunkowej
familiar face.
przyszłości.
Hagal wpłacił 15 na wyprawę do Australii w cyberpunkowej przyszłości. Przypomnij mi to do Beneath a Still Sky?
Now there's a familiar face. Close up,
No
the
właśnie.
pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side.
Nawet nie kojarzyłem, że to się w Australii dzieje.
And there it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church. I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a
solved the
distorted
puzzle?
picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower.
Chalice with the Palace. To jest Chalice with the Palace. To był ten, jest taki film stary z 50 któregoś roku, amerykański. The Court Jester. kostiumowa komedia. Dzieje się w średniowieczu. Błazen zostaje rycerzem. Jest taka scena, w której ma się pojedynkować, ale wiadomo, że przegra ten pojedynek, więc jego towarzysze próbują otruć rycerza, z którym będzie się pojedynkował i mają wypić, będą 3 puchary prezentowane i każdy z nich ma wziąć łyka z takiego pucharu. Chyba do Hiszpanii mam lecieć, tak. Ma wziąć łyka z takiego pucharu i jeden będzie zatruty, żeby ten jego przeciwnik umarł. Nie musiał się z nim pojedynkować. I oni mu tłumaczą wierszykiem, w którym z tych pucharów będzie trucizna. Jest taka scena, chyba trwa 5 albo 7 minut, jak oni mu tłumaczą, z którego ma wypić. Polecam, bo to jest naprawdę śmieszny, kostiumowy film. Court Jester. A jak nie macie ochotę oglądać całego filmu, to chociaż proponuję wpisać Court Jester Chalice Scene. Bardzo śmieszny.
Senior Stobart, how pleasant to see you. You are well.
Fine, thanks. Is the Countess in?
She is waiting for you. I will show you up.
It's okay, I know the way.
Senior Stobart, I feel I owe you an apology.
No, you don't.
I was impolite on our first meeting.
Look, Lopez, just forget about it. I came on like a snake oil merchant. I wouldn't have trusted me in your shoes.
You do not understand. Finding the chalice has given my lady a new lease of life. It's a marvel. She smiles, she laughs. The tradesmen are saying that she is on Prozac.
So the Countess feels that the curse is lifted.
I would not put it so strongly. Your discovery of the chalice was proof that the Templars never abandoned the de Vasconcelos. It counts for a great deal with my lady.
Okay.
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobart.
Princess Bride nie pamiętam. Może to też był ten nawiązanie i hołd dla tego filmu.
Senior Stobart, what a pleasure. Please, sit down.
Hi, Countess. The pleasure's all mine. I've brought back your chalice.
Nie zdążymy skończyć.
Why? You've had it cleaned.
Yeah, I met an obliging priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knight secreting great wealth away.
Whatever. All I know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
To be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
I discovered something amazing with that chalice.
Aż tak ciepło, Hagar? O 27 stopni. Nie no, w którym mieście też ciepło, czy tak na przemian. Aż słońce zajdzie, to jest ciemniej, ale za moment wychodzi. Ale 27 stopni to nie ma.
You have my most profound thanks. I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city. There's something else that I discovered carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
What are the references, Senor Stobart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians.
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest. I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your home. I shall remain here.
Okej. Biblia była w mauzoleum, więc może tam sprawdzimy, do których psalmów się odnosiły te wskazówki. Tak, jest tu Biblia. Ba, ba. I ten trawnik cały czas podlewa z taką częstotliwością, że tu w zasadzie powinno być bagno już przed tą posiadłością.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding.
Deliverance.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4:11. Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. Will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what's it mean?
I can't
Na herbach
guess.
pewno.
Salient
W
point seems to
jednorożce.
be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is the mausoleum a well, Senor Stobart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
Okej, wracamy
I'm
do
in the ground,
mauzoleum.
if that's okay.
My home is your
To
home.
już mamy omówione.
I shall remain here.
Ona nie ma pretensji, że się szlajamy po mieszkaniu. Możemy go zapytać przy okazji, czy była ta studnia kiedyś. I znów przez tą wodę. Cześć, Seplów.
Got a minute? Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
You must know just about everything that there is to know about this place.
See, I have lived my whole life here in the service of the de Vasconcelos.
Do you know of a well anywhere around here?
A well? Si, senor. This used to be a fortified villa. How can you last a siege without water?
Great! So where is it?
How should I know? The well was covered over in the last century. It was dangerous, you see.
And you have no idea where it was?
None. It was hidden even before my grandfather's time.
You must have a vague idea of where the well is.
It must have been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be a way. Let me think about it.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet, Senor Stobart. I shall give it more thought.
Any ideas yet?
Not as...
Okej, dobrze.
Catch you later,
On
Lopez.
na razie nie wie. To idziemy do mauzoleum.
Mausoleum.
Dobra, tu jest ta
Hanging
świeca.
from the ceiling was a
Pewno to
huge
światło.
yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit. Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again.
Pochodnie zrobimy? Tak. Ale wiatr zwieje. No dobra, już to widzę. O właśnie, teraz pójdzie lepiej.
The tissue was pretty charred, but the grease paint had done most of the burning.
Na szczęście się jeszcze nie spaliła. Mhm. Ta sama świeca od średniowiecza tutaj stoi, nikt jej nie zapalił, ona się nie rozpuściła. Okej.
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes. Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key.
No dobra, może Lopez wymyślił, jak szukać studni.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Any ideas yet?
We are looking for a source of water, see?
Yes.
For generations, the Spanish country folk have had a secret way of locating water, even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're not talking about water dousing, are you?
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around until the stick twitches and dig there.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Yeah, I think most of the
Dziękuję.
planet has. Okay, let's get a stick.
Uno momento. It must be a special stick, a Y of hazel.
Right. Do you have any hazel trees?
Cześć, Masi.
Here. That is hazel.
Dobra, potrzebujemy różdżki do
The
szukania
main
wody.
part of the house was old, but nowhere near as old as the gatehouse section.
Dobra, myślałem, że... O,
I went over to find a suitable stick. I
jesteś,
don't
no to
believe
dobrze,
there
bo
wasn't a
już
single
zbliżamy się do
usable
końca, ale
Y-shaped
ale
branch
czekaliśmy.
on the whole damn
Specjalnie opóźniałem.
There wasn't a single usable
O, tu jest też to hazel. Nie wiem, jakie to jest drzewo.
I went
Wiecie,
over to find
hazel?
a suitable stick.
Aha!
Cześć, Paolo. Kto mi powie, jakie to jest drzewo hazel? To jest orzech?
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Well, I got my divining rod. Now what?
Simplicity itself, senor. Hold the wand at the upper ends of the Y. Apply a little tension with your wrists so that the slightest movement of the wand tip is clear, and walk slowly and steadily over the area.
Sounds easy enough. We'll find this well in no time.
6 hours later. No coś, to szukanie studni nie jest takie łatwe.
Senior Stobart, you found something.
This is it. This is where we find the secret of the Templars. Hidden here for hundreds of years. Lost from the sight of man until now. The mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hands, looking for a tin can.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
I'd have to check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
In truth, Senor Stobart, the loan was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get rid of it and I'll try it again. Lopez threw the can away. It seemed to fall an awfully long way. The splash at the end confirmed what we both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
It has been here all the time. All those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun, but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this. From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece.
No to ciągnij.
I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew I was in danger.
Oh, very funny, you psychos!
Senor Stobart! Senor Stobart! Are you all right?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine!
Que susto me has dado! You gave me a scare!
Nice try, Templars. I wished that I had Leary's flashlight now. It was too dark to see, and I had to rely on touch. It just felt like a pitted stone wall. I'd almost been killed for the sake of a red herring.
Dobra, trzeba wrócić, bo nie mamy latarki. Trzeba wrócić, znaleźć lustro, żeby z tej studni, z tego komina rzucić światło tam do środka.
It was a long way down. The brilliant midday
Dziękuję za
sun
głos,
shone
Paolo.
almost directly down the shaft, and I still couldn't see the water.
Dobra, w domu jest lustro. Tak.
It was a small mirror.
I o co to
It was
jest?
just a little utility room with no exit,
Okay.
unless you counted the window, and I didn't.
Co się nagle stało, że wszyscy na Dagger of Amon-Ra zaczęli głosować. Ja już ściągnąłem Steel Sky. Come on. Jak ustawić to lustro?
I realized I could use the mirror to reflect the light from above.
There, in the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it had seemed. Now I knew what I was looking for. It only took a few moments to find it. And there it was. A worked socket. As
Gniazdo na
smooth
ten
and
klucz,
perfect as if it had been carved only yesterday.
który ze świecy odzyskaliśmy.
I slid the stone key into the lock.
There were buttons that turned the dials.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
I must have made a mistake. The lock spun back to neutral and nearly took my fingers off. I was gonna have to start from scratch again.
Okej, to mogą być te z kościoła, z grobowca. Te oznaczenia wersów w Biblii, no ale przecież ja tego nie pamiętam. Tutaj nie ma zdjęć, nie? Okej. 14, 27. Czy to mi pomaga? Gdzie jest 14? Chyba, że to działa jak zamek. Gdzie jest 3? 3. Okej, czyli 14. Jak ja mam 14 zrobić? Chyba nie widzę do góry nogami. Czy gdzieś tu jest 14 w ogóle? Nie kumam. Jeszcze raz. 14 i 27. Dobra, ale jak ja mam zrobić 14? Weźmy 10 i 4. Jest tutaj 4? Jest 4. Okej, dobra, już wiem jak to działa. To jest 14, teraz 27. Dobrze. Nie ma płynnego ruchu, ja nie wiem, w którą stronę to się przesuwa. Jest 27. Dobra. No co, było dobrze. Co, od początku. Najpierw było 14, nie? Tak. Dobra, 14 weszło. No dobra, 14, teraz 25, 6, 7. No 27, no kurwa. 27. 27. No, jest 14 do 27. Dobra. Tak, i następne jest 6. Dobra, jest 6. 6. Co to L? Co to było L? To było nie. To jest 3. Co oznaczało L? Nie pamiętam L. To jest 31. Ale z L z przodu nie pamiętam. No chyba 50 właśnie. To co 71? XX. Dobra, jest takie coś. L, X, 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 1. L, X, X, X i tutaj musimy dodać 1. Dobra, weszło. Trzy. Za długie to jest, za wolno się kręci. Jak coś spieprzę, to potem jak mam to robić od nowa, to będzie mordęga. 3, 1. Jeden. 5, 6, 7, 17. Pięć, 6, 7, jest 17. Ok. 17, 12. Kurwa, na drugim końcu. Za wolno to trwa. Dwanaście. 25. Cześć, Szymon. No i to powinno być wszystko.
Oh, yes!
Oh,
Bonus points for that, I
yes!
hope. I knew the old Stobart fingerwork wouldn't let me down.
O, dziękuję, Szymon. O, jest ostatni pionek.
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do. You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
To zrób głośniej audio, Szymon.
George, welcome back.
Come in, Josh. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
Is it?
Sure. What did you find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, George.
Yeah, I know. The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean
To już
anything
wiemy.
to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell André what else you found, Georges.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
Georges found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we've got the burning of Jacques de Molay.
Czy długa ta gra? Długa, ale przez dialogi chyba. No, jest dużo gadania, ja i tak powiedzmy 1/3 słucham. No może połowy.
And finally we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure
Quest to super gra jest, to nie miałem wątpliwości, to jedna z fajniejszych przygodówek. Pierwsza i druga część jest super.
While I was risking life and limb, where were you, André? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
No nie no, tak dobra jak Jack Orlando to nie, no to jednak wiesz, Jack Orlando to Jack Orlando.
How come Caesar described Britain as being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain.
Czy lepsza niż Monster Train? Lepsza, ale Monster Train to taki evergreen. Można grać w kółko.
It hasn't changed much.
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
Except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Icetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in their wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
No ale na Monster Train to chyba na konsoli trzeba poczekać.
André, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, André? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Knights Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the Scots.
And it all ends at a church in
No
the
to
Isle of
jak za rok nie wyjdzie na konsolę, to przynajmniej już będzie na przecenach na PC-cie.
I'll call a cab.
I can't go.
André, you've been loads of hell, but...
What Georges is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was?
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, Georges.
We have to
We'll see
hurry.
it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
No nic, to w nagrodę cukiereczka. Paula mówi Georges.
Pardon me?
Przecież to jest facet.
You must be deaf.
Yes, my dear.
Do you know what time we're due in Sterling?
6:15, but we're running 8 minutes late.
Do you know what this is?
Yes, I do. A young friend of mine shook my hand with one just the other day.
Yeah? Well, that's outrageous. He should be shot.
Perhaps. Still, his intentions were good.
I'm sorry that you've been zapped by one of these things.
You shouldn't be.
What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I picked up at the station. A medieval detective story. Quite well written for that kind of thing. It's
To
been
było
out
Candy
of
for Mandy?
print for years.
What's the title of the book?
The Crooked Crusader Caper by Molly Pegram. I assumed the author was a woman, but apparently not. His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right. Do you know him?
No, I never met him.
Georges is a great fan of his, so...
Do you know Sterling well?
No przecież widzę Mata i Szramę, to jest mój asasyn, którego poraziłem. Zresztą przed chwilą powiedział, że nie dalej jak wczoraj ktoś go poraził tym zaperem.
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place, but we are not really interested in history, are we, George?
No. Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Sterling?
A jeszcze mogę mu pokazać jego własne zdjęcie.
I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say
Nie no, Paolo, ja mówię o takiej przecenie, że będzie za 30
Does
zł.
the name Merlin mean anything to you?
Merlin, a master of illusions. Oh, you said Merlin? Then no, nothing.
Would you believe that this clown's nose led us to being on this train tonight?
I would indeed.
No, honestly, You would?
Certainly. You have an honest face.
Yep. That's a nose with a history, all right.
So you said.
No dobra, pójdziemy
Where are
się
you
przejść.
going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak. L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
Tickets, please.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake. Tickets, please, sir.
Here.
Off to Sterling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year. Still, there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you.
Czy teraz mogę wyjść, Niko?
Can't you sit still, George?
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet card, George. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay.
Okej.
Hi. Having a party?
No, this is breakfast. Come on, join us, man. Away, Basha, wake up, man. What's company?
His breath was like the outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse my mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
What is that stuff you're drinking? It smells like gasoline.
Right, I'll put hairs in your chest, like.
And your eyeballs, too, by the looks of you. Do you know what this is?
No, man, what is it?
It's a hand buzzer.
You won't catch me out with that, pal.
If I'd wanted to catch you out, I wouldn't have shown it to you, would I?
Well, maybe it's his mate, pal. Like a clever double bluff, you know?
See you later.
Didn't open that window, pal.
Why not?
It's freezing out there. Leave it alone, man.
To jest Guido.
That gangster creep from the hotel. Guido. Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car. Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eklund, Marquet's murderer.
No właśnie.
I should have known better.
Gdzie jest Niko?
Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly,
The sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved. Hey, buddy. Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, Paul, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared.
Niko jest no mord. W sumie to nawet nie chce mi się jej szukać. No ale...
Yeah, man, an old lady too.
Yeah.
Nie, Kubar.
Gotta help.
Nie.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like.
I
Nie.
don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know.
No, she's been abducted. I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basharia. We are veterans, like. So action at Brightlingsea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict in anywhere called Brightlingsea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
Have you ever seen this man before?
Aye, man. He's chalky white and I claim my 10 quid, like.
No, he's an international assassin, and he goes by the name Khan.
Well, aye, man, but I was close, you know.
I was close.
See you later.
Dobra.
Give it to it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me.
Just watch me.
Hold on now, pal.
W zasadzie to chyba się powinienem save'a tutaj zrobić. Jak wychodzę na zewnątrz, to... Tak, zrobimy sobie save'a tutaj. Co tu się dzieje? No wiedziałem, że to jest Khan.
I always wanted to stop the train, and now was my chance.
Tylko czemu oni się między sobą mordują? Niko uratowana.
You saved our lives.
Cukiereczek
Why?
się należy.
We are always on the same side, Stobart. Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of
Neo-Templars.
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A
Cukiereczek wszedł. Niko uratowana.
sword. A power older than Dimole, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together, and Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. A power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
How did you escape from the bull's head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the bull to the village, Stobart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness.
No way. That is...
No ha, czyli musimy
I'll
chyba pogadać.
guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
Pociągnij mnie za palec.
What is it? He's dead. Don't worry. I hadn't forgotten about you.
Untie me this instant, George Stobart.
I will. When I'm ready.
Żartowniś.
That's not fair, George.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
When Eklund pointed that gun at me, I thought I was gonna die. I thought of all the things that I'd never get to do, and kissing you was at the top of my list.
George,
Uh-huh.
George, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
To można go zastrzelić. I
What
będzie
are you doing?
po
I'm
problemie.
out of here.
Not that door. Do you want to end up like Flap?
Not especially. What remains of him is well on his way back to London. I hope he was traveling on a return ticket.
Dobra, to pamiętam. To już jest ostatnia scena.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
His handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any
No,
killers,
trochę
we
tak
can give
jest,
him
że
a
ona
good
go
bullet.
olewa.
Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know the half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show him now. What's C4?
Plastic, George.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
Typowy
I hope the
friendzone,
explosion
tak.
didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
I scrabbled around in the rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken stem. Under one of the stones, I found a metal coin which was green with age.
Przykuc, nie? Nie, niezły. Chociaż nie, bo pięty
It was
podnosi do
caked
góry.
with soil, but what I'd found was a small cog and spindle. With mounting
Kupa
excitement,
śmieci
I
bez,
felt
bez
something
dna.
between my fingers. It was short, hard, and black. Something I hadn't expected to find here. It was a plastic pen top.
Niesłowiański, tak. Niekoszerny przykuc.
I didn't find anything.
A, teraz już nic. Okej. Czyli do 4 razy
The
sztuka.
handle turned easily and the larger wheel began to revolve.
Okej.
Damn!
Cześć,
Then the
akolutku.
handle came off in my hand. Now that the handle was gone, it was easy to remove the cog and spindle.
Dobra, tego demona trzeba ubrać teraz.
The cog slipped neatly into the eye socket. With a rasp of metal on stone, I eased the second eye into place. I pushed the handle into the demon's mouth. The cogs all meshed. I began to turn.
No dobra.
As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And
No, bo
why
to jest chyba
was it
proch.
so quiet?
Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex.
Trochę nierozsądnie, jeżeli to jest proch, a tu wszędzie pochodnie się palą. By nie mogli latarek elektrycznych używać.
Will you look at that? The vomit.
Cthulhu.
Robin was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
This whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally, the truth. The Templars had never worshipped this graven image, no more than they'd worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow, they regarded it as a symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Rosso! Why, the double-dealing treacherous?
On the contrary, Inspector Rosso has been the model of obedience, an important quality in a true Templar. Now be quiet and watch, if you wish to live much longer.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here to witness the reforging of the sword that was broken. Here before God's sentinel, Baphomet, Grand Master and Knight of Baphomet.
Piękny akcent, nie?
Salute and pledge our obedience to you.
I salute you, gatekeeper of the temple. 7 centuries ago, our greatest weapon, the sword of Baphomet, was lost to us. Now we prepare to reforge it, to wield against new enemies. We shall lead the people to a new order, wherein all borders will dissolve. All will be united under the red cross of the Templars.
Unlimited power!
George, we have watched your efforts to stop us with respect. But surely you realize that you have been misled by our enemies. Both of us want a better world. Fortunately, no harm has been done. We need determined, resourceful
O, może się mogę do nich przyłączyć.
Join us, George. Join us in true brotherhood.
Okay.
Yeah. True. Wait. Brothers? What about Marquet? What about Pegram and Klausner? You didn't look on them as brothers, only as failures. 3 men dead, and you don't give a damn.
George, you know that sacrifices
No ale George, daj spokój.
necessary. Every great undertaking.
Join you. I'll see you in hell first.
Oh, George, I had great hopes for you.
Kim jest ten w niebieskiej szacie?
Kill him.
Kill him. Hua! Judo cios. Perspektywa mi się nie zgadza. Nie wyglądało na ścianę. Tam dziwnie.
I swear, I just wanted things to be right.
Nie, ich to... Co się dzieje? Wszyscy do siebie strzelają, oni są wszyscy w jednej drużynie, a się zabijają nawzajem. A nikogo już jest...
Well, well. If it isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant, it's going to be a pleasure killing
Nie, Kubar.
pair of you.
Nie idź tą drogą.
What are we going to do?
Wrzucimy go pochodnią. Hua!
Come on, Nico. We're leaving.
You fools! You cannot escape us. Guido! Stop them.
But master, the powder!
That powder is from the English Civil War. You fool. He's over 300 years old. How explosive do you think it can be?
Jak się dorzuci
I
C4?
thought it was all over, but Nico had one last trick up her sleeve. Or in her handbag, to be exact. A handbag full of plastic explosives.
Maybe, but this stuff is brand new.
O nie! Torebki szkoda, nie? No w końcu.
We didn't stay long in Scotland. George had a vacation to finish, and I had another story to write. Not the real story, of course, but enough half-truths to fill a page and pay my rent for the month. George and I hung out together in Paris. I showed him my favorite restaurants, and he told me his best jokes.
You know, Nico,
To
this
wygląda
city
jak,
holds so many memories for me now.
jak nowe
The
elementy
cafes,
z
music.
Director's Cut.
Sewers,
Tell me about it. The clowns.
the jugglers.
And your pal Labano.
Yes, dear Andre.
When we first met, and I was doing my detective stuff, you kind of disappeared a lot, Nico. Were you and Labano,
There was something happening, but nothing to do with Andre.
Uh-huh.
It was something from the past that I had to deal with on my own. So
Nie,
I dealt with it, and now it's over.
Hey, did I ever tell you the one about the old Irish couple in the lottery?
No, but I think you're going to.
Okay, there's this old Irish couple. They've been married forever, like 50 years, and they win the lottery.
Trochę dźwięk. Aha, w ten sposób. Nawet napisów nie ma, że na do widzenia. Co to za ikona? Okej, dobra. O, fajne. Team Revolution z 90 roku. Wyglądają jak z okładki Tears for Fears. O, to fajne, to do poczytania później. No, tu pracują na Beneath Steel Sky, który będziemy, z tego co widzę, grali następnym razem. David Gibbons. Aha, wszystko. No dobra, fajne. Tak, wyglądają jak New Wave Band. Dokładnie. Van Osdell play I believe you already asked this question on the previous stream. There's no point playing it once more as there's just few additional scenes in Director's Cut, and I'm afraid there's no original version attached to this one. So no, sorry. You'll have to seek out the original version without the Director's Cut. To dzięki wtedy. Następnym razem gramy w Beneath Steel Sky. Pewno w następną niedzielę. Nie wiem, czy w następną niedzielę, bo w następną niedzielę będziemy nagrywali. Jak skończymy o przyzwoitej porze, to może wtedy. Jak nie, to za 2 tygodnie 21. Także dzięki. Trzymajcie się. Na razie. Pa.